Hello, hello. What is good, people? Hi, Dead. Hi, Benner. Hi, ECW Star. What's good, Avery? And a Lantern, of course. We're going to give a little bit of time for people to get in here, but I'm going to be real. I have less than an hour to do this. It's going to be very much a quick watch party. I hope to not spend too long on the Play More videos so we can show up a little bit of other ones, but I know there's going to be plenty of questions because of the result for week 3, so it is what it is. Yeah, sorry I couldn't do this on Saturday. Visiting family during the time of the hurricane and stuff like that. Everyone's good and we're all good here. Just wanted to avoid it and then spend time with my family at the same time. So, and then I'm in a rush because I have a business trip I have to leave for this evening. So, did have fun with the fam. I had a good time. Got to see some of my grandparents and stuff too, which is nice. Had good meals with them like usual. They spoiled Blossom to death. They love my doggo. And then additionally, I got to hang out with my buddies quite a bit, which was nice for disc golfing and grabbing drinks and watching some of the games. Yeah, I had a lot of people, mostly in like Western North Carolina, that I know were affected by the storm, but luckily all my folks and stuff were good. They weren't in that area, so. Convinced Greninja was Choice. You and me both, because Choice made more sense. Uh, well, I mean, we'll talk about like some of the builds and stuff, and of course the play-by-plays as we watch through it. So, yeah, Florida is obviously always at the front of these type of storms. Well, I guess that means you're like more Western Florida, but because I know people there that were fine, but East Florida definitely got, or no, sorry, you're East Florida, West Florida got hit hard, so. Okay. Probably going to go ahead and start this, and then once again, let me know how the volume is. Or if you guys just want it muted. Specifically for this one, let me know, because I know you guys might just want to hear John and Mikey again. But if you don't, and you'd rather just get my commentary, just let me know now. For the other ones, for the other coaches, I'll probably mute them. Just so I can give my thoughts on all of it as we go through it. So, because that's what you guys said you'd prefer. It's good, Trey. Thank you for joining. Yeah, definitely not a optimal time and not the amount of people in here as before, but unfortunately I gotta get this started. It was promised and I'm gonna come through, but I got a place to be in an hour, so. Okay. And no preference on muted or not muted, so I'm just gonna start with volume. And you guys just let me know how it is. If you want it louder or if you want it muted, you just let me know.
This week we do have a bit of a change in the booth as Tyler is on a 1-week suspension. Somebody put a very big bet on the
Tyler's got a real sport betting problem, guys. We gotta talk about it sooner or later. It's getting pretty rough.
Replacing him for 1 week.
It's an honor to be here, John. I'm not here
I really want to know if that's.
Of my predecessor, but I look forward to proving myself.
There's no way that's the nicest shirt Mikey owns. I refuse to believe that, but
Taking a look at the standings,
seeing another guest in the video, yeah, we definitely want more. We have 2 more that we're definitely going to be grabbing.
Is 0-2 all the way down in 15th place. And
standings there prior to the game.
Very easy to
all the way at the top.
Opponents.
Even though they were 0-2, my front office spoke highly of dashing, so I was trying to be as careful as possible in prep and with these mocks.
I'm expecting a very exciting match.
Yeah, absolutely. I see some famous, really good Pokemon like Garchomp, Greninja. Hoopa Unbound is insane, but I'm most interested in Pecharunt. This Pokemon's been here for less than a year.
Yeah, we are gonna have Wolfie back. I'll just go ahead and say that. Like, we just don't know what week we will have Wolfie back.
A move with a 50% chance to poison, and then if it does that,
him and John are too close for that not to happen.
I'm worried it's going to be a nightmare.
I don't want to think too much about
Dashing
that
himself
thing
has
until I need
arrived.
to. I would rather look at the team that Ben brought, as this is going to be a very fun, hyper-offensive week. We're once again seeing offensive Clefable. Another reason the
In terms of the team, you do see, just a reminder, it was just like Hal 3 attacks Zamazenta, Max offensive. Choice Spec Starcry, this is one I do regret in terms of building. I kind of should have just been expert belt. I don't think there was really a reason to be specs the more I looked at the matchup later. Changing up moves is very important into his team, and I had enough coverage to where I was doing plenty of damage, especially after I got up that spike and everything. So I think Choice Specs was a little bit of overkill and not needed, specifically so I could get Psyshock on Conkeldurr if I needed to. Spoiler for that. Life Orb Clefable, I mean, this worked for the Vikavolt leads that I did face. We just didn't have a Vikavolt in this game, so it is what it is. That slot technically could have been used for something else in a way, but it's fine. Moxie Gyarados, very good there. Whether or not it should have stayed Choice Scarf, up in the air. I think a Dragonance variant still would have been very solid, but it at least ensured that we had something that dealt with a Choice Scarf, Hoopa, and Bound, which is good. Air Balloon, Sandy Shocks. I do like this set. It worked out very well. And then Shell Smash Blastoise, I felt like was still correct probably for a bring. I just wasn't able to get chipped the way I needed to. So let me go ahead and get this playback speed ready as well.
Blastoise with Shell Smash. Really hope we see that. But if you want to know more about the team,
Oh goodness, he's talking so fast.
Team builder is linked in the description below. But for now, let's see what our opponent actually brought. Okay, Mikey, let's see what the opponent brought. I'm expecting some big threats. I'm seeing big threats.
We have a battle. I hope you say GG, Common Boy.
Which is very huge for so many of the Pokemon on our team.
When I looked at the 6, I was not surprised whatsoever. That's like the exact 6 I was expecting.
Mikey, I don't know if you knew this. There is a
But it still hurt in that way, you know?
Celebrate the PM7 channel hitting 1 million subscribers.
It's like bittersweet when you see that in Draft League.
Snag 'em while you can.
Unless it's like a really good matchup against those 6, or just a good matchup in general, and you're like really confident, that's fine. But against like these very scary Mons, never a fun thing to get them right.
Which I did not buy because I had already bought everything else in the store prior to this.
And this is why we love them. But now it's time to get into the battle, get serious. This is going to be a fun battle with the team.
And now I want to make it clear, Dashing apparently did this as a compliment by naming Greninja Bobby. Totally seen as an act of war by me and literally everyone else. Not so is what it is.
Drafted it before we could, and now it really is a battle between what we wanted and what we ended up getting. This switch does make a lot of sense. I'm sure Ben is expecting a
My play here is always switch with Fable. As much as I would like to say certain stuff, like I could have done this, that's hindsight. Because, I mean, if it was Choice Scarf Flow Kick, I would just lose Darkrai. So it's not worth it.
Like an homage, as a compliment, or as an affront, as a theft.
I think it really depends on the set this Greninja is. If this thing's meant to finish us, that is, it couldn't be worse, Michael. But if it's just going to be a pivot Pokemon and they're starting...
I was actually very interested to see that he brought a Meteor Beam Jirachi. I guess it was purely for to break through Moltres and still have it for just to do damage for against the rest of the team. But I feel like it's easily revengeable.
This is
I like
why,
that the doll floats now.
I do like that as well, and this right here.
I was going Flamethrower nonetheless. It just paid off that he went for Substitute there.
He knows he can't let this.
Does Gren still get Gunk in this gen? Yeah, and it got Sludge Wave, which was a buff, so more than often you are running Sludge Wave nowadays, considering the rest of the moves you want to run are special more than often. Physical Gren's not terrible. Won a game with Swords Dance a few times before. We were never going to kill that Flamethrower. Would have been amazing, but unfortunately not.
I hope Tyler did not take the over for Clefable kills this game, as it's not looking great. But
no, I agree. No Ogre Pong is actually surprising. Oh, I say the 6 I expected. I didn't expect Greninja. I don't like Greninja in this matchup. I mean, the set he specifically brought, I think, does work into the team. I never see value in Insult Vest on a mon like that, but I think in the specific matchup for Darkrai and Blastoise in mine, I think it works.
Rider just trying to nuke something.
But yeah, I expected Overpalm. The built-in sturdy just for my sweepers is massive, and then just the Horn Leech. Just Grass Blow's Rock is really good into my team, apart from the obvious Zamazenta, but low kick still does a lot there. And you can still be like Encore and other shenanigans. Like Overbong is really good, and Cornerstone looked great to me. It was one of the most difficult things I had to face in mocks, actually.
I believe I saw in the notes to brief me that they don't have a way to get rid of.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't Hearthflame. It was only Cornerstone.
Yeah, I actually kind of like that here. You know, the Jirachi stayed in.
Right here, as much as I would have loved to get up a spike in front of Jirachi, I wanted to keep my balloon nice and intact, to no surprise there. I mean, with Garchomp in the back and not being a lead, it leads to all signs pointing offensive for the most part. Even though Greninja's just a safe pivoting lead anyways, I feel like you would lead Garchomp if it's a lead Garchomp, especially with the possibility of Sandy Shocks, so. And you don't really care about a Clefable lead because you have Petarant, so, and Jirachi.
A water type, and of course, Sandy Shocks is weak to water, and there is the Greninja.
And then here's where I like really disagree. So one thing I like really want to point out, I say disagree too much. It's not me trying to get like go against my opponent. It's just I'm trying to explain more of like counter argument of, or the correct wording from, instead of what John and some of them will say in the booth, of prediction. I'm not trying to over predict anything here. The fact is, unless he is a Solvest, which he was, the best play for a Greninja here is to U-turn, pop my balloon, and get Garchomp in safely. There is no reason to risk me living a hit, which I always do anyways, especially if you're Surf. That's why I calced it, and then I stayed in, because I'm like, I live this no matter what. I only die if he's Hydro Pump. If he's Hydro Pump, I know he's more than likely a boosting item. Otherwise, there's really no reason you run Hydro Pump. Just due to the inaccuracy. So I was like, okay, he's going to U-turn, pop my balloon, go into Chomp. At the very least, I just want to get up a spike before I'm forced to switch out from Sandy Shocks into something else. That was the tough thing of the next turn, of figuring out how I deal with Garchomp. But the fact is, I really just wanted to get a spike up. And whether that was spamming Earth Power or doing whatever, it would have been ideal. But since he is Assault Vest Greninja, he can stay in here and just click Surf. So I was just really surprised by this sequence as a whole. But I just don't like when that term prediction is thrown around. It's really just I'm able to determine what is the best route for my opponent, and I'm basing it off of that. Whether you want to call that prediction, sure. But I feel like it's overused because prediction sounds like a turn-to-turn play when I'm thinking more into the next turn already with that one play.
Okay. And it is the water move.
Okay.
Do we live? Yes, we do!
Oh!
Wow. Okay.
Spike time!
Now, this is going to be very, very massive for the Blastoise in the back to potentially be able to clean up. This is just going to get a little bits of chip on every single Pokemon on the team. We do still have Sandy Cheeks for later. Pretty easy switch now into the Gyarados, and it really puts our opponent in a little bit of a wonky spot.
And knowing he wasn't a boosting item right here, I was just thinking he's Choice Scarf. Like, I think it's the only Greninja that made sense into me, specifically with Protean. So that's just what I had in my mind here, especially when he showed Surf again. You'd think he'd go for U-turn or Dark Pulse there if he wasn't locked in anything, unless he wanted to bluff, but I listened to commentary, he really didn't want to, or he didn't mention it. At least it might have been part of his thought process. But this is why I make this such an aggressive double into Darkrai, because with Gyarados out, you go Petarant, maybe you go Garchomp. Like, those are your only two switches there, and you can see my confused face. Whether or not I'm blocking it, I actually don't even know. No, I'm kind of blocking it. But it's just like I expected him to switch first. So the fact we switched into Darkrai first shows I was Choice Scarf. He still didn't realize until later on when Gyarados started doing stuff. But oh no, because he went for a U-turn. I'm a moron. But
It is going to take a little spike.
Yeah, that U-turn chip on Darkrai sucks because now I'm potentially in range of Mach Punch if he's like max attack, specifically Iron Fist would do it. More than likely Guts makes sense into my team just to be safe. But, you know, you still have the option of Iron Fist since you are always running Drain Punch and Mach Punch in this matchup, or at least you should be. So, the second of Sandy Shocks here is always free.
Just wants to get rid of Cheeks, bring something in for free. You know, like, don't mess around here with whatever Conkeldur's going to do and not allow it to heal up too much with a Drain Punch. You know, either way, Drain Punch, Mach Punch, you don't have to worry. There's a reason.
You know, AV Greninja is good in this matchup. It was just never thought of, and it wasn't something in discussion during my mocks. Just like the Defense Curl Pecharon. So, it just wasn't top of mind. But that's why these plays just looked so confusing to me during the time, is because I wouldn't have guessed AV Greninja. So,
Darkrai just absolutely blasts holes into this team. And at this point, what wants to switch in to the Terra?
I'm just explaining my thought process and why these plays turned out the way it was.
Come on, this thing is going to hit like a nuke.
Yes, I'm very excited. As a connoisseur of creatures of this, it is unfortunate that Gyarados and Fish lost Bounce in Gen 9, which feels kind of ridiculous. But we see the withdraw here. Something's taking this Terra Blast. Scourge.
Yeah, I really wanted to get in Darkrai as much as I could here.
Love that for us.
Dashing, this was an interesting turn with your commentary. You're just like, don't be max speed Gyarados, don't be max speed Gyarados. Thinking I'm going for the Dragon Dance here, but I'm always going to be max speed Gyarados in this matchup. So I mean, even if I Dragon Dance or you were also Scarf, I mean, I was going to be able to outspeed. That's where it would have been nice if I was Dragon Dance, because then I would be +1 and then getting into +2, and it would have been looking yummy. I'm also really surprised. Once again, my face shows it all, but I'm covering it. That Garchomp was the play here. Because it's just, in my mind, Pecharon's free. I mean, if you get the poison and then I get confused, I'm more than likely killing myself in a turn or two. So it's just like pretty difficult there. But I mean, at the same time, you didn't know I was Scarf, you had Stone Edge, but you also clicked it quickly and you didn't calc. So I was surprised by that. Because, I mean, I was assuming you were offensive. It would have helped me sleep better at night. But after we saw that this Garchomp only had 64 attack investment, he had a 12% chance to kill me. So with the 80% accuracy on top of that, there is only a 10% chance here that Gyarados died. And he does get the roll and everything, which you'll see here shortly. This never killed, though. I needed a crit to kill, and I knew that. Even if he was fully offensive. And I knew I have some HP anyways, so.
That's unsurprising. But big damage
there. But even if we didn't kill there, like if you wanted to save Garchomp, he literally could go hard Pecharon. He was max phased at Pecharon. Like, so it was free no matter what. He could heal stall me if he wanted to like that with recover. And then this is where it gets really difficult, especially with Darkrai. It's just like, if I go into Darkrai because I am Choice Specs and I click Psy Shock, not only is it a roll to kill, but he instantly knows I'm Choice Specs if he just takes a second to do the calc. So, and then Greninja comes in, and then it just becomes, you know, very awkward, like back and forth, and I feel like I don't gain momentum. So whether or not I could have clicked Ice Beam here, maybe I should have done that, but I was already thinking at this moment, okay, I clicked Dark Pulse, they have to go into Conkeldurr. I guess they could have went to Greninja considering he's AV, but at the time, you know, I still think he's going to go Conk, because there's really no reason to not go Conk, it's fully healthy. And as long as I get one Dark Pulse into a flinch, into another Dark Pulse, realistically they can't heal enough between the damage I'm outputting with Zamazenta following to where Blastoise can win after that. That was my immediate thought process there, and when he came in on the spike, it confirmed that more than likely he's in range. Because, I mean, if you look at it here, people are asking me why I didn't switch out. Some people did forget that I was choice locked. You know, my logic is sound with the thought of Pecharon, you know, not being Defense Curl. I mean, no one thought of Defense Curl. It was an amazing bring on their part. But here, it's just, they were actually like a full, like, mixed bulky Conkeldurr. If they were max attack adamant, then no matter what, Zamazenta was getting to a Kyogre, even with the defense boost. Blastoise was getting 2-hit KO'd, and even if it wasn't 2-hit KO'd, there was nothing Blastoise was doing in terms of getting the correct amount of damage off. It would just be healing more. Like, this is the play that I can potentially get a lot more out of by just clicking Dark Pulse and getting a flinch, while switching here just guarantees that he gets too much health. You thought about using Banded Gyarados? Yeah, I thought about it. But, I mean, its speed tier is pretty lacking in most situations, to where a lot of the games that I've had, the Pokemon I'm facing can easily revenge, or in, like, you know, the early hundreds and stuff like that.
Is there crazy prediction expecting you to like overpredict?
So this is when I realized it was just better to stay in. And if I wasn't Choice Specs, this is where it could be really good now. Because then I could get Psyshock damage, and Blastoise would look a lot better in the end game. But
switch. Ideally, we get a flinch here.
Oh, just the Dark Pulse straight up.
it is what it is.
Okay, well, I'm not entirely sure why Ben went for that. I would have to imagine the biggest reason.
Yeah, it was
the general prediction, which makes
didn't
sense,
know
would be
specs.
one
Yeah, I
of
mean, I
the
wasn't
best
able to
ways
click an attack
to
until
make
then.
sense.
I mean, the attacks before, it would kill Garchomp normally from that range, more than likely, and then I didn't click anything else with Darkrai prior to that. I just, from the start of the battle, it was rough. You had basically all the momentum in the battle dashing, so it was really difficult for me to take any advantage. The only time where it could have flopped was with the Gyarados there, but that roll just kind of, you know, put me in a position to where I don't even have a position to get more kills than what I wanted. And limit the amount of pieces that you still have. Right here, I was really surprised that you went hard into Pecharunt. I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe I stand a chance, and maybe he's afraid of, like, Dual Dance with Iron Defense plus Howl, because I think that's the only way that Conkeldurr technically loses there. Maybe. Is, like, Iron Defense, Body Press, and then Howl plus Heavy Slam to beat, like, the rest of the team. Depending. But I was really surprised because I felt like Conk kind of just won with the remainder of Pokemon. Because it was just really rolls coming down to Blastoise at the end of the day. And Drain Punch as I Shell Smash, you pick me off with Mach Punch after. So the switch really surprised me here, but I was taking it. Because, I mean, this is what I was hoping for way earlier in the game anyway. Zamazenta was not meant to be, like, kind of towards the end for cleanup. I wanted to use this earlier on, but the positioning of the game just never allowed it. Overall, this game was completely different than all of my mocks, which made it really rough. And I look a little confused here, and everyone's confused because it's Defense Curl. Mikey finds it funny. Important fact here, since Pecharunt's base defense is significantly higher than my base attack, he's getting a lot more of his boost than I am my boost. So, not a fun time. Not a fun time. It's not exactly 1-to-1. Yeah, Pecharunt is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy and pretty rude.
And now we know what could go wrong.
And this is where stuff starts going downhill. I realize I just want one more Howl, so this way if I crit, Heavy Slam always OHKOs. So no matter what happens, I'm able to do it. And let me just be very clear, because a lot of people said it. Why did you not Ice Fang? You have the 10% chance of freezing. One, I didn't think about it at the time. I just wanted to crit. And then two, I started considering it more. And even if I thought of that, I think I still would have clicked Heavy Slam at the end of the day. Because yes, you have a higher percentage odds of getting a freeze than a crit. But there's a few more things than just that. One, I'm doing less damage with Ice Fang. So he's able to click Nightshade more often than how I limited him here by clicking Heavy Slam. Two, even if I get the freeze, there's the percent chance that he just unthaws immediately or the very next turn and the freeze was for nothing. But if I'm increasing my odds for the crit on Heavy Slam, I know there's still the crit chance with that Ice Fang. That's still going to be doing no damage whatsoever. Because, I mean, it's not boosted. It's base 65. Heavy Slam is a base 180 power move compared to 65 Ice Fang. So the damage is just significantly different. Specifically, me getting the crit on Heavy Slam gets a KO. Me getting the crit with Ice Fang is doing just as much as Heavy Slam now. So it really just isn't
Is
there, for my opinion.
Can you shake around? Can you do something over there?
Crunch for the defense drops.
Shake it around.
Yeah, but I mean, I never expected this, and Heavy Slam does more anyways. So I just thought, you know, it was better overall. It's me shaking my head and getting upset, but I mean, it's all I really could do at this point, because like I said, I couldn't switch for Darkrai at any point in the back. I couldn't make any changes. If I switch into Blastoise here, there's a 50% chance I get poisoned into Confusion the following turn, because he's more than likely going to outspeed me. And there's just, well, no, I'm offensive Blastoise, and I knew he was defensive at this point. But even then, I'm kind of in a spot where I'm forced to Shell Smash because he's recovering. He's never staying around that 50% mark, to where there's nothing I can do there. So thank you for running. I appreciate it.
I got dressed up. I was excited. Blastoise. I was considering putting little cannons on my back. I didn't.
Rust Talk, Hal, Heavy Slam.
I know how to make like cosplay cannons. It's not my skill sets. But
Yeah.
Smash. Pew pew pew. Win win win.
Hi, Bobo.
Thoughts?
I mean, depending on rolls, though, I mean, a Guts Conkeldurr would just beat that. Rolls being Sleep Talk rolls.
And then poison us, and then confuse us, and then sad us.
Almost definitely.
Zama will get its matchup. Yeah, it will. I think this is one of them. I think it was just like I said before, an unfortunate sequence of events with these turns to where it wasn't able to get the way it could. But I mean, I guess the same thing would have happened. He would have won in the Petron as soon as Zama came out. And at the end of the day, it would have came down to the crit. So, is what it is. I mean, Zama's still, like, it's not really supposed to beat Petron anyways. So, I mean, it is what it is there. Petron's just an insane counter. I mean, with Defense Curl, it made it, you know, more likely a counter. But at the very least, he also could have just spammed Nightshade and immediately, like, gotten me in range of Conkeldurr after. And he also had Water Shuriken on Greninja. Like, I'm pretty sure at this point there was just absolutely no way I could win. So, I'm sorry if you already answered this. I just tuned in, but there was any benefit for going on a freeze with Ice Fang? Yeah, I just said it probably about 2 minutes ago, but it's okay. So the freeze chance, if I'm going for Ice Fang, I'm doing less damage. I'm not forcing recovers. Meaning he's able to click Nightshade and kill me sooner. Even if I get the freeze, it does not mean he's staying freeze for a long time. He could unthaw immediately. Meanwhile, me getting the increased chances of a crit time over time because he's forced to recover more, forced to defense curl. I could just get the crit there and immediately kill, and I stay healthy to where I can still deal with Conkeldurr and Greninja, because more than likely they still had priority in the back, which they did. He had Water Shuriken and he had Mach Punch. I'm surprised he didn't click Mach Punch a little sooner with Conk, but at the same time, you click Drain Punch over and over just to get your health back. It's absolutely free. So that's completely understandable there. My opponent prepped really well, and it was just something completely different from what I experienced in my mocks. And I think I should have reworked my prep a little bit more, or in general, it was just different from how things were going, because I only lost 2 mocks out of like I don't know, over a dozen I did. So a little bit unfortunate there, but this is what it is. No, you're good. Everyone shows up at different times. You feel that heavy slam? See what I did there? Let's go to Muffins. Muffins didn't have the time for the team builder. Just so you guys know, I do have, like, technically not even 30 minutes, but I'm going to try and push it to 30 minutes. That is how much time I have left before I have to head out tonight. So hopefully we can get one more game in after this. I'll probably have to speed through 1 or 2 sections, but somebody drafted Terrakion? Does that sounds like disrespect. I don't like that. Terrakion's a goat. As power creep made it less relevant? Yeah, but Terrakion's still a goat. Horse goat. You name Superior after your opponent. Interesting play. Well, Central, does it change your mind of thinking if this is Terra Terrakion, because it is, and that's insane. I mean, it's a good Terramon, but it shouldn't be a Terramon. Yeah, no, they allowed some insane stuff with Terra. Terra Fire, so you can handle them more. I didn't even look. Okay, I was about to say, it better be Glare coming out here. Choice Band Terra Blast? Not Choice Band. Okay. Not Choice Band, not Choice Scarf. Maybe Focus Sash if you're the lead. Maybe Boots. Well, that is the glory of Superior. You simply click your Glare. I think Serp is really good for the small, aka the one team change that Muffins could make following his week 1 transactions. So, how much was it for Terra? It was the most Terra points possible, so it was 13, I'm pretty sure. And you get 20 total points, so. Yeah. Toxapex is absolutely free into Terrakion. Can't even KO Serp. Bro, I mean, it was lefty Serp. It's probably bulky. Baneful Bunker with Glare. Okay. Well, I mean, to be fair, I guess Status is all you can run sometimes as a 4th move on Toxapex. Man, they gutted Toxapex this generation. I mean, it was very rude to my doggo, but... Pay to win, Golden Go, Surf doing honestly respectable damage into a Golden Go. I'm going to assume that's offensive. I'm surprised you're not like AV Meloetta. I mean, you do have AV on Iron Hands again, which is fine, but AV Meloetta would also help into the Latios. So Shy Shock, but you're defensive. I wouldn't be surprised if that's choice specs, considering you're defensive. Psyshock for... Wait, why are you Psyshock over Psychic? Golden Go does get Psychic, right? I'm not stupid. Because, I mean, you would want Psychic specifically for Iron Hands. Even if it's Assault Vest, you still want Psychic. Because it's even after Assault Vest, I'm pretty sure its defense stat is still better. No, I do not use the HP bar stat or HP bar that everyone else uses. I have bald brain, so I'm like smarter than them, and I can read percentages just by looking at the screen. So it was an important discussion of last watch through. Butcher. A Huey. That's a Rocky Helmet Latios. I mean, you also could have just got knocked off there. Do you really not have a switch into Iron Hands that you opted to go for Rocky Helmet Latios? What's good, Ready the Panda? Thank you for joining. Doing good here. Hope you are. Oh, you don't have knockoff. I mean, I'm sure all the coverage was for specific reasons, but... Hands doesn't get knocked? Bro, I'm so bad. Swore it did. It's honestly very rude it doesn't, considering Hariyama gets it, and it's got big old hands. Hands made of iron, so I've heard. Love the doggos. Shoutouts to the puppy dog. Enjoy your sushi as well. I'm not a big sushi person. I know that's a hot take, but I also have a shellfish allergy, so I'm skeptical a lot of the times with certain like mixes of seafood. The Toxic Lad is out. We do face King in week... What week is it? Is it week 6? Yeah, I think we face King in week 6. So, I mean, this is a good general idea to see some of the different versions of builds that he might bring, or what he's comfortable with, how he plays, etc. Is the game doing that Q&A thing I saw? There was a community post about it like midweek or something. Yes. So our press conference for weeks 1 through 3 is going to be going up either tomorrow or Thursday. I don't know what Landon got done. More than likely, I think you guys should expect it for Thursday. But I mean, there will be a community post and a tweet and all that good stuff once it is up there. So just a lot of questions answered from comment section on YouTube, what you guys replied to on Twitter, and the community post as well. So it was so close to dying to the Rocky helmet. Wait, am I stupid? What poison? Oh, the bird. In the future, we definitely want more questions related to the weeks that happened, at least. There were very few questions, actually, about like weeks 1 through 3, which we appreciate the general questions and everything play more draft league, but with me not speaking towards the end of battles anymore, it's definitely the time for like y'all to ask like what's going on. Do I prefer Mandibuzz or Fez as your go-to bird? I mean, I haven't used Pheasantipity. It does seem pretty cool, but I think at the end of the day, it's probably still Mandibuzz. I mean, it gets Toxic, it gets Knockoff, it gets Defog, it gets U-Turn, it gets Foul Play. Like, all that utility is extremely solid. Yeah, Pheasantipity can badly poison as it does moves, but Mandibuzz is just a wall you can bring in literally any game. Plus weak armor sets are fire. So, but I mean, I would have to try Pheasantipity first. I feel like I'd actually like it, but I just haven't had the opportunity yet. I mean, if I have to decide, if I have other birds available, correct, it is not one of those two. But if I have to pick between one of those two. Oh, wait. I feel like I knew this, but now it's just hitting me again. It's just really cool how Terra Blast also changes along with your form, because now your attack stat is higher, so now it's physical Terra Fairy. And then when you go back to Meloetta, standard form, it's special Terra Fairy. That's really sick. No, I definitely knew that. I don't know why I'm acting so surprised, but at least sharing it. Been a fun season to play out so far. Glad you're enjoying it. I really love my team. I'm hoping we can have some better like matchups for Zama in the future. Currently, we're doing good overall. Week 3 was an unfortunate loss, but at the end of the day, prep and play just wasn't there compared to the opponent. So they wanted it more, it felt like. So You see Trick here. Was a good Baneful Bunker just in case to scout that, especially if you know he's choice locked. Baneful Bunker is just always free. I don't even know if you showed it yet, so. Yeah, we'll see some more potential in Zama soon. I don't have like horrendous matchups per se with the remainder, but it's definitely been rough for these first few weeks. Specifically, like just that first week, me not even wanting to bring it, and then Toxapex and Pecharunt, just jeez, like it was very rough. We have a okay matchup for week 4 for Zama. Takes a little creativity with my set, but that's unfortunate. That probably didn't kill. Lottie is fat. Are we getting the metronome clef? For some reason, my brain defaulted to the item metronome and not the move. I would have to be 6-1 going into the final game of the season for me to bring metronome clef. The main reason for that is if I click metronome and get an Oko move or any specific move at all that is banned, I immediately lose. So that is the main reason. Apart from that, metronome is bars, but I think League should have a rule to where if you use metronome, none of the rules apply. If you get a no-co move, you get a no-co move, because it is just full RNG, and that is hilarious. So he could have recovered. Oh, was it not choiced? I mean, considering I just thought change moves and I didn't see the switch, I guess it's not choice. This shows how I'm paying less attention, but it's also how I'm being a good streamer. Oh, yeah, so you guys got the based rule? I love that. In that sense, though, Confusion should be unbanned because it's all full RNG. We're comparing Metronome to Confusion now. Metronome is fire. Confusing your opponent with like Confuse Ray and stuff like that is just cringe, rude, and annoying. I'm pretty sure that's all it comes down to. Yes, correct. Not based. That is simply the true opinion there. Yeah, no, it was a good bring on my opponent's part. Pecharunt is very solid. I've only seen it perform well. Truthfully, I don't know if leagues are ranking it high enough. So that's something to see moving forward. Also, something I realized, I don't know if y'all who have been in draft leagues and stuff have noticed this now, depending on how long you've been playing, but I think we're just now starting to get like way more value and understanding of like some of these lower tiered Pokemon with Terra. Specifically like Arboliva. I mean, Joey's been doing a great job using it, but I've still seen it in other leagues doing fine. And then like Farigiraf and things along those lines. Things that were definitely overlooked at the beginning like of this game and everything like that. Now that Terra's getting a proper understanding and like rule set, those lower tier Pokemon are popping off in a lot of leagues, and now they have value of like almost mid tiers basically. Compared to like a lot lower. So Farigiraf's a really cool Pokemon. It's something I hope to use as a secondary Terra Captain in the future. Am I a Naruto fan? Honestly, not really. I mean, it was one of my first animes, but I just think there's better options. I do love the characters a lot in Naruto. I'll give it that. But I just have better preferences or different preferences for other anime. So yeah, Golden Go took his money this game. All right, yeah, no, he talked about how many crits happen this game, so that's not surprising. I think that's wrapping up the game, right? I'm gonna make it rain. Interesting. Oh yeah, that was a full-blown 6-0. Oh, poor Muffin from a 5-0 to 6-0. That is rough. Okay. Golden Go is broken 100%. What was the other game I wanted to see? Oh, Krebs is long. Okay, sorry, Crap. I don't have time to watch yours. We'll watch Common Boy. I'll just keep them muted so there's no cursing or any non-GGs. Okay, we got Life Orb, Zelf, Choice Scarf, Rotom Frost. Actually actually looking very strong in the game. Specifically because no ground type. A few ice resists and electric resists, obviously, but it's forcing 50-50s in that mindset. Does not look like you have hazards to pair with it, though, unfortunately. In terms of Revenge Killer, I mean, it is very solid in a Raging Bolt, period. Yeah, I can Revenge Kill quite a few things on the team, so that's cool. A Sylvester and Luna, pretty basic. Ooh, I would have liked to seen like Grassy Seed or Saluna. Because with the defense boost against this team, you would have been a menace. This team's so crazy, by the way. AV, Azu. I guess for Delphox, I hope it's not to take a hit from Raging Bolt. I mean, you can, and you can definitely hit it with Play Rough following. It's still most of your health. Urshifu with Choppel. No item Dirge. Like, I know that's going to be on purpose. Just to come in on knockoff. Like, what? Knockoff from Rillaboom? Knockoff from Metagross, I guess. You're just taking less. Why not just run Culver at that point, though? Okay. I mean, maybe he has a specific move or something for no item. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just run Culver. It's Magician. For Magician Delphox, that's just a random counter. That's so unnecessary. Oh, a Poltergeist user? You know what? That's good comms. That's probably what it is. I don't know why I blinked so hard. Let me see. Let me open up the dock on my phone. Move. I know it's in view only. Hunter's team is all the way over here. Nope. Where's his team? Here it is. No, he didn't have any Poltergeist. Unless it's changed since then on the dock, but... Oh, no, it definitely has changed. He doesn't have Delphox on this roster anymore. Spoilers, but... Ooh, Rotom Frost. Into the Raging Bolt lead. Oh, you have Terra with this too? Is it just Terra Electric? Ooh. Do you wanna lose your ice typing? Oh, well, yeah, it's only the defensive benefits. Of course you want to lose your ice typing. Because then you also resist Bullet Punch, which is nice. Oh, wow, you took a long time to decide that. Nah, you click Blizzard there. I would have loved to see Terra Ice, though, just so you don't have to rely on Blizzards. That's cool. Wait, sorry, guys. Let me get chat back up. I missed that. Let me go for it. I'll switch. Okay. Draco Meteor. Eject Pack. Just saw that in PPL too this week. Did you go for the middle ground? Yep. This is probably AV. Yep, definitely AV. I mean, Skeledirge looks really dirty into this team right now. I mean, he can't even steal an item. You can see his moves there. I wonder if this is skill swap Delphox. Assuming it gets it because it's psychic, I don't actually know. You are a huge power, not Sap Sipper. I mean, this isn't good if we see a psychic here. Even worse. But luckily, you have the grassy terrain with healing over time. This Delphox messing you up. Why would you not go Shadow Ball into this team? Shadow Ball would have been really nice. Well, that's because Azu took away its item, so it was able to steal. Why is Zoomeral's health bar there at the bottom left? This game is so bad. Ugh. You gotta be careful bringing in, well, no, Delphox is dead. Never mind. I was about to say, you showed you couldn't touch it last time, so it's probably to come back in. But I am blanking out so hard. This shows I'm distracted by the fact that, I got stuff to do. Yeah, Shadow Ball definitely cooks. Alluring Voice probably just for Calm Mind, Raging Bolt, just so you can get the confusion. But at the same time, like, you're unaware, so if you're Spadef and just slack off, like, you can beat it over time with Torch Song plus Shadow Ball. So, But based off the fact he's also facing like Annihilate and stuff, he probably just couldn't be fully special defensive, but yeah, ZA will hopefully be a very good game. I just hope they have competitive battling, man. Otherwise, we're stuck with Scarlet and Violet for another year, which I think is more than likely the case, unfortunately. Just due to how Legends was previously. I don't expect it to be any different. So, but you would think with them returning Megas that they'll bring battling back, but it's not necessarily confirmed or denied or anything like that. So, that was a good slack off, but I mean, if you're unaware, it doesn't matter. Your opponent did not realize that. So, Burn on Palaphant is big, but I suggest you read the title one more time in the bottom left. Because I'm assuming I know what happens next. Ban Palaphant? No way it kills Skeledirge from here. No, not when it's burned. But that is potentially a roll for 2 KO. That is hilarious. Excuse me. Rotom coming in play. Zelf with Terra Ghost. Wow, that looks insanely good. I mean, if you get bullet punched here, especially by Terra Steel, then if you don't drop, then you're going to be really weak. No bullet punch. You're dead. No way you live this. Oops. And that's about as AV as possible. Zelf is a beast. Metagross says otherwise. Especially didn't tear with meta there. That was I don't think I've ever used a Zelf actually. I'm a big fan of Mesprit. Uxi's okay. Never given a Zelf a try. It's definitely better now though with was it Mystic Power or whatever. So its coverage is great, great speed tier like you're saying. It's just so frail. Trailblaze for the speed boost. Specs Draining Kiss. That is bars. I watch him. What? What are you doing? I didn't even know it got Training Kiss, bro. That's sick. Pupper's here. She's gonna be sad when I leave for my work trip shortly. Damn, does Palaphant just clean up, huh? Palaphant just clean up, huh? Oh, it just cleans up, huh? Ain't no way Ursula gonna live this, AV or not. Scally don't live it either. Yeah. That was a fire burning. I've never seen a Choice Specs Balafin put in that much work. I have seen Choice Specs before. Just specifically that much work. And Draining Kiss, that is sick. That was very cool. Kudos to excuse me. Hunter for that bring. But that's all the battles that we can unfortunately watch this week. Once again, well, thank you for everyone that joined. I know it's very short and we didn't go through that much, but I appreciate it. For those that hung out the entire time specifically. Just a reminder that the press conference will come out either tomorrow or Thursday. Can't give you for sure. Just be on the lookout for the Playmore channel, community posts, Twitter, whatever it might be, as we'll post on all of them. And then additionally, Team Builder like normal on Friday, and the next battle coming out on Saturday. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you for chilling with me today. And then I don't have anything going on Saturday night at the moment, so more than likely the next watch party will be later that night on Saturday during the normal time of the previous weeks. And we can go over the Playmore battle there and all the other battles. So hope you guys enjoy me there. Thank you once again for stopping here. I will try and enjoy my trip. It is work related and it's a long car ride, but I appreciate it. All right. You all have a good night or good rest of your day. Thank you.